And I might breathe over that shoulder, so if you want to, yeah. Right. Feeling good, Dave? Good. So just, it's good to harmonize your breath with the other person too. That's one way of building the bridge of trust and empathy. It's also like if I breathe deeply, it's going to encourage him to breathe deeply on a subconscious level, like a person, yawning in a room, other people yawn. So even if you know, it seems weird, but like even if you burp or something like that, it's allowing that person to go, okay, I can burp, you know, or whatever. So I'll just, you know, not at them, but over your shoulder, whatever's going to come out naturally. So this is a very, very important point in my opinion. So we've got this tension that's coming through here, affecting his, you know, this jaw up here. It's coming down. It's coming down from the thumb, okay? Like we've got both the inner and the outer thumb bands coming through here. That feels really tight. You know, so the whole thing, I want to release this thumb. You know, it feels quite tight. This spot here, I know I can feel it's charged in there. But I'm going to start here. And I'm going to start by going right to this point. And this is where you've got the inner thumb bands, you've got the outer thumb bands here, all joining, right? And tension coming in from this part of the thumb. So even this band that comes through here, it probably goes underneath the nail and then comes out here. Okay, of course we don't, you know, where we start on this band is a few millimeters below the nail bed, because otherwise you're getting into the nail bed and causing bad pain. So again, I'm going to just start to, and I'm really watching. I'm not going in fast and in a jabbing manner. That's where people make a mistake here. I want, again, what did Dave say? A 9, you know, is fine, right? He knows what it is. So I'm going, okay, I'm feeling like, but I could ask him, hey Dave, out of 10, how's that? 8 or 9? Yeah. So I increase just maybe 5%, and then just watch his breath. Because he's the one that's going to shift this through his breath. I'm going to bring awareness to the energetic blockage, and he's going to shift it. And what I'm doing is just bringing awareness. So you can see I'm just holding that spot. Right? And he's breathing it. And I'm letting him breathe. I'm not trying to force it. Patience and perseverance are two very important qualities in a massage therapist, okay? People who are impatient tend to then go too hard because they also think it's all about them. It's not all about me. It's all about his breath. I'm a servant of his breath.
I worry I'm taking too much time, it's going to cost them too much money. So I think I need to change my pricing plans to like, for when I do this, it's just a price.
That's often just in your head too, because if you're working them at a 9, they're not going, oh, go harder, or 10, you know, oh, work me till it's overwhelming. They're not thinking, they're thinking, fuck, this is intense, but I can just handle it, you know. So just, you know, like I say, it's just conceptions that people have of massage and all this kind of nonsense. You know, we got to get out of that. Okay, there's a lot of bullshit, you know, what I call bullshit for general, you know, as a general word.
Well, people still giggle when I say I do massage.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're just like, really?
Yeah. Give me a big toe, let me stick a chopstick in it. See how it goes. I might have a good giggle. Because you're an asshole.
Nothing see about this.
Right. Well, let me focus on Dave rather than assholes. Yeah.
Do you recommend people do some sort of like inner work? So I noticed that some people are happy to release, some people still resistant to release in the clinic.
Yeah.
So I started a little well-being challenge. The next 30 days I can join for free. Do some for their head, heart and soul. So do they need to do like journaling and things to help them let go, or boxing?
Anything like that's going to be beneficial. Like if they got anger, go out. You know, when I was doing a lot of my anger releasing early on, I'm going to give Dave a break from the chopstick. Okay, just do a bit more of this. I did a lot of primal screaming therapy. You know, like just breathing in and screaming, or going out into the waves, like as I was in Australia, and punch waves. And
I do tell people that, like, go to the river or the sea,
where you
really big rock, and just show into the sea and shout fuck really loudly.
Yeah.
Like sort of.
Swearing really helps. I find, because
Or at the top of the
I always
mountain.
swear when I'm stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
well, it's a different part of your brain, because some people can get brain damage and all they can do is swear. They can't actually talk. You know, certain forms of Tourette's and things, right?
Yeah.
Right? So it's a different part of your brain. It's not,
I think we're not
it's an
allowed
emotional
to be
language.
Angry, are we? We're not allowed to be angry.
That's what
so
I'm
we
saying.
store it. And I
That's
think
right.
women might do it a bit more
That's right.
because
It's women shouldn't be angry, men shouldn't cry. So, you know,
Especially British too.
yeah.
British has got a lot. It's a lot of like how
when
you
just
should be
live
like
with a shit of
Japanese.
passive aggression on
That's
daily
right.
basis,
A lot of
which is
women are
loads
passive
healthier,
aggressive, you
loads
know?
healthier, isn't it?
Oh
I
yeah,
spend a lot of my week telling my mum not to be so judgmental.
yeah. No, I know. I had to detox from a lot of my mom's stuff.
I
It
love
was
her
so-
dearly, but the
I know.
older generation, geez.
Oh yeah, no, I know. It's so such full of shit. You
It
know what I
is,
mean?
isn't
My
it?
mom was always trying to be like the queen
I
or
love her
something.
dearly,
And
but no, we don't need to chat
Dave,
about
is your
it.
sense of the numbers changing as he holds the pressure there?
So we were kind of hitting 9s, maybe a 10 with the chopstick, and it's kind of dropped down now to.
so this is, I'm giving Dave a rest because I knew I was hitting some spots, and you know there was a slight, you know, obviously I'm talking with you guys as well, so I'm not quite as present with him. I'm still trying to be present, but I'm not as. But I'm giving him a little rest and using the wider diameter because it's not as intense, just to sort of shift things because I know that was really hitting right up there. Okay,
Reminds
so.
me of it when electricians' pen, you know, when they're trying to find whether there's a current or not. But we're probably doing the same thing. We're looking for energy, aren't we? So it's
Yeah.
the same.
Mhm.
We're posh electricians, human electricians. I mean, that's what you call our
So you can see even when I come back to that spot, even with the broader tool, you can see that slight flinch, right? That slight flinch is an indication that you're close to a 10 or out of 10.
What is that tool, Brandon? It's not a massage tool specifically, is it?
Yes, it is.
It is, okay.
Mhm. Yeah, I'll have to get the name. My wife got it for me as a present to try out.
What do you put an
Are you
acupuncture?
acupuncture pen on Amazon?
All
I've
right.
got two. They're about £10. Roughly, one's 12 and one's 7. I think that one's 12.
I find being metal, it's a little bit easier when you're moving. With the wooden chopstick, I tend to hold a spot and move it and hold a spot. But this one, you can slide a little bit. Maybe not with really dry skin, okay? So that, but it's better for this. How does this feel, Dave?
Great.
Good. So then I can hold, but I can still hold a spot and then move it against there. And as I say, I spend 70 to 80% of my time now between here and here. After I've done the head and the belly. But because if I do this well, this will all just go. It'll be so easy. And if I don't, it won't go. And I could do bad pain, where bad pain to me is where you're working against somewhere, say higher up, but it's anchored here. So if I just rub in here, or if I rub in here, Dave will know right away, this is just hurting. It's not helping because I haven't got the roots of it. It's not released. So, you know, we don't.
Find, yeah, when I've got one person I've been practicing with the tools on, as well as myself, which is my mum. But yeah, and it gets trapped in the knuckle. I can take it so far, and then I find it traps. Especially when I practiced on myself, on my little finger, the energy was painful, and I couldn't get it out, no matter how much I shaped and massaged my finger.
Were you deep breathing at the same time?
I think because I wasn't.
That's the problem with working on
because I
yourself.
was doing it myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's the problem with working on yourself is you focus on what you're doing, but
Yeah,
you
it's
need
still
to
in
deep breathe.
there, like I can feel it, but yeah, it's because I didn't breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
You need an educated client, though, Brandon, right? To allow you to spend so much time on a point like this.
That's right. That's what we call, educated and green light. And who's going to do the educating to get that person there? It's often you. It may not be. They may come from like my videos, my YouTube channel, and I might refer them to you, and then they're totally. And if you don't do this, they'll be upset. You know. Like What's it? Yeah. I like an exorcism with a lot of detail. Yeah. Like, can you do that, please? Brandon does it. You know.
I got a little bit of living in the brain, Dave. Yeah.
So I'm doing my best with YouTube to educate them. But okay, so again, let's focus on Dave.
So we could see that you could slide with the metal one, and that you find this.
This one I tend to keep, so just like we can like roll over a muscle while I'm still on the same spot, right? I'm not moving on the skin, okay? The same with a chopstick, and that's why I don't like to have oily fingers or use oil when I'm using tools, okay? especially here, because we want to, it's an energetic spot. As we come, and even here, we don't want to be wildly going around. So what I'm doing here is I'm on the band that's tight, the energetic band and the physical, and I'm moving the skin over the band. And that's, the diameter of the band is literally like 2 millimeters here. It's even less here. Okay, and if it's not releasing, I need to come back here, okay? And just do a little bit more work here. And because it's so intense for him, again, I just want to figure out, we're hitting, you can see as he flinches a little bit, we know we're up there, right? And again, I just want to hold it.
I was going to ask, contraindications, people with fibromyalgia or Raynaud's, could you...
You do it gently.
Do it gently.
Again, up to what they can handle. Oftentimes the fibromyalgia, they can't handle very much.
Yeah, but they might be able to handle more here because it's quite strong
Yeah.
than what you could here.
Oh yeah, well that's why I wouldn't do it there. Yeah, that's right. But again, everybody's an individual, so, you know, I never like to treat a disease as such. I like to find and get rid of energetic blockages, you know? And with all those kinds of, I had one of my ex-teachers actually, she was working on a woman or a guy with fibromyalgia for quite a few years, and it helped him enormously. Didn't cure the fibromyalgia.
Really, really ill. The doctors haven't been able to diagnose what it is, but he's very poorly. Yeah. I was waiting to come here. Like I held off having him last week to learn more so I could hopefully help him in a better way.
So I'm just going to focus here on Dave for a little while, and then we can take some more questions. But I think it's very important here in particular to keep the rhythm going and my connection. Because you can see how tight that is right there, right? See how I'm flicking over that? That's very tight in there. And that's coming from here. That's going to add to this, which is then going to add to this. So again, I'm coming back to this point, but it's so sensitive on him. I want to keep just giving him a little bit at a time. Otherwise, it's going to be too overwhelming for him. And he's just going to feel like, oh, fuck, I need a break from that spot. So I'm going to move this way a little bit. So I'm giving him a bit of a variety around the different micro bands, but they're all tight. But really just focusing in and trying to tune into his breath and this spot. So I sometimes like to just go within myself, because you're not feeling it physically here. You need to feel it energetically. So I sometimes will close my eyes and then just the slightest movement, and you can see that slight movement is quite a big, it's strong for him, right? So how I see what's going on here is not necessarily with my eyes, although like I can see this, but I can't see how tight it is. I need to go in, close my eyes, and focus.